So today I'm going to give it an attempt at reviving my talk about videos. So hopefully during this video I'm not doing too much rambling and I actually make some points rather than sounding like some old boomer on his porch bitching about how the kids are playing the game. So hopefully you enjoy, let me know, and if so I'll do more like this. So now, being that I play both sides of the field on this, that I do gank with friends, and I do invade a lot with you guys on stream, I think I can make a good assessment on what is going on with the gankers versus invaders situation. So now, what you're going to come across about is you can kind of pick out your ganker. If he's got over levels, hanging out, being cocky, shooting spells off, he's a griefer. He's just there to make you mad. He has no real stake in the game. Doesn't really care too much about it. So his ultimate goal is to make you mad. And then the others are just there because they're like me. They're just there playing with friends. You know, they want to hang out, playing the same thing. And now the thing is like both sides of the field get static about it. It's like, oh, you're shit because you gank. It's like, well, you know, I'm playing with friends. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna invade other areas and talk. It's pretty boring. So my ultimate goal is like not all gankers are bad. Some are just playing. Like even with my gank, if my phantoms are over leveled, I don't allow them to use straight swords or spells other than regen or healing. So that way you don't have like an overleveled Havold firing off Chaos Bed at you every 2 seconds at level 60. You know, that shit can get really fucking annoying. But that also can be the same about invaders. Some are actually just on having fun. You'll notice that by the builds they have. They're just using like one weapon, not really switching out. Maybe some are switching out and playing at the top of their game. I mean, some are there, you know, to actually try their skill. And then you have your obvious griefers, one that'll kill you no matter what, but still throw dung pies. Now you can actually sit there and beat the hell out of this guy one-on-one, but he's still gonna throw a dung pie if he gets the kill. So you're gonna have griefers both sides, and that seems to be the thing. And what I try to point out with it is that not all invaders are bad, not all gankers are bad. Some are just here playing the game because we like playing the game, regardless of what side we're playing at the time, because you'll obviously notice that if you play at the certain meta levels, that you're going to find that some gankers are actually invaders too. Now, if you're not aware, there actually seems to be different meta levels between the soul levels in the community, and that goes for gankers and invaders. Now, they're actually quite different from what you might think. So the ganking meta seems to actually be level 30, and obviously the meta level around 120 to 140-ish. But the invader meta actually really seems to be around level 50 to 60 in Gang City. You won't find many ganks in Gang City. What you will find are a bunch of invaders. So that's why I usually gank there. We get to meet a lot of members of the community, play with them. We tend to message a lot. That's actually how I met a lot of people here on my channel. A lot of people on my friends list for sure. It's just, you know, it's talk shit amongst each other. We're gamers. It's what we do. It's what we've been doing. And, I mean, above all, I really find the whole invaders find the whole challenging somebody to a 1v1 to be salt. Now, really, 1v1 me has been going down since like Pong. That's the invention of the video game. So unless you're doing that 1v1 and making them mad as hell, you're not getting salt. But I mean, to each their own. To each their own. I'm not here to judge, but it's just what I see. Other than that, what you will find around is mid-level. You'll find to be very active with people going through the game. Along with around level 80, you'll find people very active with going through the DLCs. Now, you can really bet your ass you're not going to invade one person during these levels, which I really like playing at. But these guys aren't too bad. I mean, you play with gankers, you play with invaders, you find everybody here. And everybody's just here doing the same thing as you, playing the game, playing their side of their field that they're more comfortable with, or that they actually have friends on at the time that are going to decide to gank. Why not? Hey, we're all together, let's do something. And that's been my case at the time many a times, is that a lot of the gankers I invade are actually invaders later on. Now, with that being said, you will still find dedicated players at certain levels doing their respective fields, being both ganker and invader. There are even dedicated channels to both gankers and invaders doing the best skillful stuff they can in their respective fields. And now, I will not say that a ganker is better than an invader is better than a ganker. What I will say, there are very good players on both sides of the field that dedicate to themselves, the both sides of the field, rather than just the casual gamer who just jumps on and is like, hey, I'll gank for about 10 minutes. There's a couple of people out there that are like, alright, this is what we do, and they set their builds up for it, and you'll find these sweaty gankers to be the best in their field. Consider yourself fun to play with them. I mean, it's a test of each skill on both sides, and it should be considered a both very fun on each side. But, however, I mean, sometimes you get griefers invading griefers. I mean, hey, you'll have it. You can't stop it, but I mean, the best you can do is just do the best you can do. Now, one myth I keep hearing over and over again that I just really don't believe whatsoever is that if you invade, you will get better at the game. If you gank, you will get better at needing a crutch at the game. This is not true. You will find that there are very skillful players. If you separate them from their gank, they're still gonna put up quite a test, if not beat you. This is, again, just a test of, like, your skill versus theirs, and sometimes it's not the average gamer that you're invading, and they're not just ganking averagely. Sometimes they're set up to play you, not the game. So, to me, this is fun. To a lot of people, this is bad, and it's looked down upon, and I don't think that a ganker should be looked down upon. He's providing me something to invade, and I need that. That's a service that I need as an invader, to invade a gank. Otherwise, I'm going to invade a bonfire duelist, which gets very boring, fighting at the bonfire over and over again, at the same level over and over again. Or just finding somebody in the level, and it's like, okay, we're either going to chug during this duel or we're not, and it gets boring. Maybe once in a while a blue come in, and that's about it. That's about the most excitement you're gonna get. Me, I want maximum number of phantoms in a world. To me, that is very fun. That's what I aim to do every invasion or every gank. I have no problem letting an invader run away to get teammates and let them come back to fight my gank, and vice versa. If I'm gonna run away and get teammates, hey, fuck you, I'm gonna run away and get teammates. But when it comes down to the myth of an invader is better than a ganker, you're not. It's just who is better at the game. A lot of these players are actually duelists. A lot of these players meet online. And trust me, one-on-one, they are just as good as with their gank. So I just think the whole myth of an invader is better than a ganker is just purely that, just a myth. And it should be filed away as such. Now, with that being said, what I simply say is, stop getting so mad. If your gank loses, that invader has a right to point down or something. That's him talking shit. That's been going down since the dawn of video gaming. Gamers have always been talking shit on other gamers, and it's always been in a friendly manner, really. I mean, honestly, if you ask me and my friends, we talk shit amongst each other all the time. It's just what we do. It's what's always been done. So, next time you're invading, maybe not take it so hard next time. That ganker might just be on his mic having a good time with his friends. He might not be in his mic saying, alright, get this piece of trash, get this trash, get this trash. You know, it might not be like that. And it also might not be like that for your invader, too. So above all, what I think is we just really need to respect each other when it comes to invading versus ganking. So now, before I begin this next segment, I'm going to say that any talks are just purely coincidental. This segment is not about a certain individual or any certain YouTuber or any certain player. This is about a player base. That being said, we're going to move into it. Glitches. So now you're gonna find these things everywhere, and they range from different places, like Estus canceling be the most common, bow glitching, summon glitching, it goes on and on. It's, for some reason in this game, makes you a top tier player. I don't get it. I've even asked somebody invading a bunch of times about why do you have to glitch? And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I learned a new skill. I got that before. And the guy lost, though, in a 1v1. It's like, so you learned a new skill, but you didn't learn how to win. That went beyond me. So I was really thrown away by that. So I had went to a couple of forums on social medias, and really the only thing I can get is just somebody who watched Mr. Silly Dog's videos or something like that, and just kind of repeated the same thing. So there wasn't any real reason like why someone would consume or even watch and like somebody actually using glitches to in a competitive play, like using it in ganks and invasions, and especially against ganks and players that aren't glitching themselves. You find these invaders still doing it. Now, don't get me wrong, glitches can be fun when you use them in a fun setting. They can end up being funny. They can end up taking the game to a whole funny level and committing a whole new experience all alone. But above all, it is cheating, and I've just never really agreed with it. I've always gotten static about it. It's like, oh, you're just mad. It's like, no, I am kind of mad actually. Like, yeah, you're cheating in a video game I'm trying to play, and yeah, I have a right to be mad about that. I never got that to be funny to make me mad about cheating. I guess that I thought that it would make any gamer on any level mad at any time. But apparently it seems to be a new level in 2020 to where glitching in Dark Souls 3 actually makes you a top tier player. It might be the boomer in me just saying, stop it, but I mean, you're not going to stop it. The most you can do is like I do. I tend to block most of them. Some of them that are good, I'll tend to send messages and be like, dude, can you not do that? But I mean, above all, it is cheating, and most of the times really makes the gameplay very, very annoying. Especially when somebody has to run away and they'll do the Estus refill glitch. So it's like, okay, so you had 6 to come into the world, now you got 12. That's exactly cheating. But again, top tier player in Dark Souls 3. So above all, I think when it comes down to it is I think we just need a new game. I think we've grown so tired of playing the same stuff over and over again, the same ganks, same invaders, same levels, that we've just this is something that we do now. This is just the life. So there's really nothing you can do to stop glitchers. The most you can do is just block them. But above all, it is a permanent state in 2020 of the Dark Souls 3 community. And you will just about find variations of glitching everywhere, and nobody really finding any, how shall I say, reasoning as to why this makes you a top tier player. Because as soon as you mention that it's cheating, everyone seems to kind of clam up about it, and it kind of becomes like a pure taboo at that point. So welcome to 2020, where glitching is now a top tier player status, really. So above all, I think my final thought should just be, we should just be happy with the games we have. Elden Ring is not coming any sooner. Demon Souls is right on the horizon. So we will have somewhat of a new game that we can play with PvP and PvE. But I mean, for now, we seem to be just letting this entire game, this entire community go to shit. Between the glitchers, the cheating, the dung pies just for winning a match after somebody beat you up and down, the running away to get more Estus, the idolizing glitchers as top tier players, the griefing, the ganking, thinking that invaders are better than gankers, gankers are shit, and all that. I just think it needs to go away, and just we all need to realize at the end of the day, we're all playing a video game that we really came to love and all respected in some manner, whether it be just for the PvP, whether it be just to make somebody mad, just a troll, just to jump on every fucking couple of months, or who knows. You may have got a friend that might have just invited you to join the game, and that's why you're on. Maybe you're just running through. And you know what? Just because you're doing that, you don't deserve to be called a piece of shit for it. And you know what? Just because you're invading to fight that person, you don't deserve to get called a piece of shit for that. Above all, there are two ways to play this game when it comes to the PvP, and that's either you gank, that's you invade. You could duel, I guess, but either way, that's still the same as getting ganked. You're just waiting around for invaders. Now, of course, there's the arena. Not a lot of people go to, but I mean, there is still the arena to fight at meta level. So, if you're feeling froggy for a 1v1, jump on over there. Other than that, I just think we all need to just be very thankful for what we have. And you guys just need to really just throw a thanks to Miyazaki and everybody else that's playing this game, offering you a gank to invade, or an invader to gank. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we just throw up a praise to the sun. We're just happy to do it over and over again, whether we win, lose, get mad, get salty. So thank you for enjoying the video.